What's up, risk managers? My name is Nasdaq Anonymous, and I'm addicted to the NQ. And boy, is she one hell of a drug. And welcome to tonight's NA meeting, where we'll discuss the economic data for the week, analyze today's session, and from that, build a winning game plan for tomorrow's price action. And if you haven't done so already, you can show your support by subscribing to the channel. And with that said, let's jump into the charts now. This is tomorrow's data. And be mindful that all times are in Central Time. And we have a small block of news scheduled for tomorrow, so let's jump into it. At 7:30, we have CPI. At 10:30, we have the 52-week bill auction. And finally, at 3:30, we have some crude news. And now that we know what to expect, let's jump into the charts and create a game plan for tomorrow's price action. This is the block of price action that we traded during today's stream, and today was definitely a trend day. And as I analyze the charts, I see about 3 clues that's going to be essential for helping us find the best trades going into tomorrow's stream. So let's jump into it. During the overnight session, the Nasdaq opened slightly bullish with a gap open and traded 623 points to the upside into a previous area of resistance. However, once the bulls failed to rotate price higher, the bears stepped in and price sold off 301 points to the downside and seeing a 306 point bounce, forming a double top going into the close of the session. And based on this price action, this is what I'm going to be looking for. So, for my bullish thesis, if the bulls can maintain their control overnight, then I'll be watching the reaction when price trades back within a range between 2140 and 2150. Because this is the range where the bears broke structure to the downside going into a close of a previous session. And I do expect for passive sell orders to be resting around this area to sell the retest. But if they fail to regain control, then I'll be watching the reaction when price trades within a range between 200 and 210. However, for my bearish thesis, if the bears can regain their control overnight, then I'll be watching the reaction when price trades within a range between 810 and 800. Because this is the range where the bulls broke structure to the upside earlier in yesterday's session. And I do expect for passive buy orders to be resting around this area to buy the retest. But if they fail to regain control, then I'll be watching the reaction when price trades within a range between 2055 and 2035. Now, for those that found themselves on the wrong side of the market today, I know personally how discouraging that can make you feel. But remember, every trader has faced the same challenge. But what separates profitable traders is their ability to use these moments to refine their strategies and to keep moving forward. But I'll be monitoring both markets overnight to identify the best trades as we go into tomorrow's stream. And in summary, the Nasdaq started a session with a gap open and a strong bullish move to the upside. The Nasdaq bulls aggressively bought the dip, only seeing one significant pullback the entire session. And finally, the Nasdaq did see a double top rejection going into the close ahead of the CPI release. So I do expect for the bulls to push price higher before a drop. And that's all I have for tonight, risk managers. And you can watch us trade these concepts live by clicking this video. We'll see you there.